Mario is red, Sonic is blue. Today we have a tale of two games for you. What's up, everybody? It's Zach from Switchforce. Jake and Gabe are here, and at the recent E3, the Electronic Entertainment Expo in Los Angeles, California, we got to play and see and record, as you're watching right now, Sonic Forces and Sonic Mania, two upcoming games for the Switch. Now, just to be extra crystal clear, we didn't play them on the Switch, but these identical versions are heading to the Nintendo console. So first we got time with Forces, we'll cover that, and then Mania, which releases quite soon, August 15th. But first, the big one, the new Sonic title that is releasing this fall. Gabriel.
Zach!
Lots of people want to know about Sonic and our thoughts, so you are the one that got to ride the sticks through Sonic's new adventure.
God. I don't like that vernacular, Zach.
Listen, Sonic is a tough animal to control, and you were the one that we chose to rein him in.
As everybody knows, Sonic Forces is a culmination of many Sonic years past. They have modern Sonic, they have the generation style Sonic, which is the side-scrolling one, and then they have this new avatar mode where you create your own hero and they can have weapons and like little abilities and stuff, completely customizable. But first I'll start with the more modern Sonic. It felt like a very, very, very pretty Sonic adventure. It probably like felt and what like this thing where you remember a game like very fondly, like think BioShock for instance, like just remember the way that you envision it in your head is probably not the way it actually looked. Like
sure,
we add like way like prettier visuals to it in our head. So I feel like that's what happened with this modern Sonic in Sonic Forces. This is what I remember Generations being like. The level was very like long, and you had to like bounce on enemies, like just like in Sonic Adventure. So very like it's reminiscent of that, and like it's hard to really describe like much else just because the level was like so short, because they did want us to play like all three different modes in our demo. So I didn't mind it, honestly. I to be frank, I thought I was gonna hate it. Like I'm not into Sonic as much as other people. Like I don't like. I have no problem with people liking Sonic. It's just not my thing. But I actually sort of kind of had fun. Like, it was a Sonic level, and like I was okay with it. The Generations one, the side-scrolling one, that one was like way better in my opinion. I really, really like that because they had like a pretty significant change. As you know, in Sonic games, when you get hit, you lose your coins, and if you get hit while you have no coins, you die. And the Generations portion of Forces, the coins no longer like bounce up and down for you to like collect them again. Like they instantly disappear. And if there's no more coins around and you get hit one more time, you're gonna die. So dying is a lot quicker. You're gonna die like way more in this than you used to. But there's no lives now, so you can just infinitely die. So
how did that balance work out? So you're saying on one hand it's harder and makes you play more cautiously, but on the other hand, they're not punishing you for dying.
Well, I mean, the punishment is you got to keep doing the same thing again.
Yeah.
I mean, the only place I died was during the boss fight, the Eggman like re-envisioned boss fight.
Egg Dragoon.
Yes, where like you beat the first stage of it, and then he turns into this like giant dragon, like throwing like rocks at you and stuff. And there's not a lot of coins in the level, and like you have to like be strategic about when you pick them up. There was like 3 or 4 on one side and like 3 or 4 on the other, and I guess like the best route of action was to pick up the ones on the left and try your best to not get the other ones. And then when you got hit, get the other ones again. So you basically had this like another life bar.
Consistent, yeah.
And to be clear,
I kind of like that.
And to be clear, like Gabe got to play the 3D like adventure style mode, like a whole level of that, and then he only got to do a boss fight in like the 2D Generations style.
Yeah, but honestly, I'm kind of like excited for the game to come out just because I want to give it like a fair chance. I really do. Like I said,
it looks really pretty. Obviously, we played the, not the Switch version, but I'm still expecting the Switch version to look really nice, and I think it'll be extra crispy in handheld. And like, there is a lot of depth, and there is a lot of effects and stuff going on in that city when he's running through in the more modern style gameplay, and even the Generation style. Like, it's got some really nice lighting and some cool shadows, and just like in general, it is a very, like you said, like it's a nostalgic feel while looking better than it ever has.
Shadow pun, because Shadow's in the game.
Oh, I mean, Shadow is in Forces. Like, he's not, like, I don't know if he's, like, playable, but he's in the game. We've seen him in trailers.
It's like a lot of characters. They showed like Vector and Silver and a bunch of characters I never even heard of.
Yeah. But, yeah, overall, I'm pretty positive on Forces. I want to play it. They also have the Avatar mode, which you played, Zach. You got to, like, control this created character that you like customize, and we didn't get to. That's what I was gonna say. We didn't get to customize him ourselves, or her. I don't know if it was him or her. We didn't get to customize it ourselves, unfortunately. Just for the time of the demo was very limited, so they gave us a pre-built character.
Right. Yeah, they didn't let us make one, which was kind of what I was hoping to get to do, just to see the flexibility and the options there. But it was the side-scrolling Sonic mode with an ability. So I think that is going to be a cool twist, and I'm not sure all the ways they'll be incorporated into the full game, but just being able to sort of create your own Sonic-style character. Jake, you mentioned this game is loaded with lore and loaded with a wide cast, and I think getting to make one of those creatures for yourself is going to be a fun way just to expand the variety, and it seems like they're really trying to give you just like a lot of different styles of Sonic here, and I like that. I think it's going to be a nice smorgasbord of Sonic for the fall. Now, if we want to
wait really quickly, I just wanted to touch on this. It feels like Sonic Team is like finally listening to like the criticism, right? They've taken what worked in like Sonic Colors and in Sonic Generations, and they're like putting it into a game that is apparently gonna be like beloved by fans. Like, they're listening, and that's something that I think should like really be touched upon and kind of applauded a little bit, because developers don't always like listen to fans, and I like that they're incorporating people's favorite aspects of Sonic and putting it in one game while still trying to be modern and adding the new, like, customizing your own thing. So I think there's something to be said for that, and that's good on them.
Absolutely. And then we moved over to the Sonic Mania station, and that one is coming out quite quickly. Like I mentioned, August 15th, it's $20 downloadable, and it is very tried and true classic Sonic with some twists and with some new levels that were either left on the cutting room floor or ideas they had back then. And I thought that was a really cool and good feeling game. We played co-op, which doesn't always work the best. I would probably choose to play that solo. But that new level in particular, the saloon level, was really awesome looking.
The rotating on the bar stool thing, like, yeah, it was cool. I'm glad that this is like a cheaper game. Like you said, the co-op doesn't like work very well, but that's just how it's been, because using Tails is tricky because Tails isn't as fast as Sonic.
Well, and just, trying to keep up, and especially that saloon stage, there's a lot of pinball action and stuff. You're just kind of going all over the place. But it was, like, I really enjoyed that. And it's interesting to see sort of how that style Sonic is so much more about just, like, speed, whereas I felt like the Avatar stage in the Sonic Forces demo was more, like, platformer-esque, and how it definitely... Like, there is a notable difference, right, in how they've structured the gameplay and what they're going for. So it was kind of cool to see that, and also realize, like, hey, you're going to be able to experience all these varieties of Sonic on the Switch throughout the year. I think Mania is, like, for me, I definitely want to pick that up just because I love the idea of them going back in that style and adding flourishes and adding levels and adding ideas that they weren't able to fully implement back in the day. I think it's kind of just a really genius thing. And like, imagine if they did that with Mario. Like, they took Super Mario Bros. 3 and added like a couple worlds that they weren't able to fully realize back on the NES. Like, that would be super, super awesome.
Yeah, well, this is kind of made by like modders and stuff. That's how it started off,
right?
So Nintendo probably wouldn't do that, unfortunately. But yeah, it's a very cool just concept in general to like allow like fans of like people that love Sonic so much that they like started like building their own little Sonic levels, and they said, you know what, like, come over here and let's make this small $20 game, and you guys are really into the franchise and you guys will do it right, and they're putting their support behind them. That itself is very cool.
Absolutely. And obviously they're both very different prices, but like, as of now, which game are you more excited for?
Honestly, probably Forces.
Okay, that's really great to hear, actually.
Yeah, like I really like the I like the Generations part a whole lot. Sonic Generations is like my favorite like Sonic game. Like, that one was like legitimately fun on 360 when it came out. The more modern one, like I'm just not into it like as much. But maybe this will turn it around for me or something. I'm willing to give it a chance, like for sure.
Jake?
It's hard because I was the cameraman for this portion. I didn't get to play either of them. But I guess it just depends on what you're looking for. Like if you really like classic Sonic Mania is at a great price and has a lot of new revamped levels that they said that they take from like the cutting room floor and stuff that they had like mocked up before but never developed. And then Forces is kind of a more modern, newer experience. Probably will have more of a if you're a Sonic fan and you're looking for something new and like a new mode or a new feel to the game, that's probably the one you're going to gravitate towards. I'm not the biggest Sonic fan, so I can't really say without spending time with either of them. But I think it's interesting that they're kind of like attacking it like a two-headed dragon from like the old perspective and revamping that, and then like a newer future perspective and giving you like people a new mode as well. So you can kind of pick whichever way you want to go.
Yeah, for me personally, I'm more pumped currently for Mania. I love the $20 price, and I just love the whole concept behind it. But I was intrigued by Forces. I think it looks good as we watch this footage, and I am excited that, like you mentioned, Gabe, it seems like Sonic Team is kind of in line with the fan base, and maybe they will deliver like 2 smashing successes this year, and both of them being on Switch would be super awesome. So let us know your thoughts on the gameplay down in the comments below. Which Sonic are you more excited for? Sonic Mania on August 15th, Sonic Forces this fall. Curious to know your reasons why. Let us know. Make sure that like button if you enjoyed the video and are ready for some Sonic action on your Switch. Until that time, though, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe if you want to stay up to date on all the latest and greatest from the Switch and its games. And for myself, Jake and Gabe, Switch Force out.